A year ago today, London was the centre of world attention for a very different reason. It was the first of 4 nights of rioting, with unprecedented scenes of violence and destruction across the capital. It began in Tottenham, sparked by police shooting a man dead. And it's from there that Glenn Goodman now reports.
A smarter Tottenham, a happier Tottenham. Still very much a work in progress Tottenham. The High Street is still littered with building sites, constant reminders of the day exactly a year ago when the town was set alight. Anger and resentment had long been simmering below the surface, but the spark that ignited those tensions was the shooting by Met officers of local man Mark Duggan. It was here that everything changed. Hundreds of people marched from Broadwater Farm Estate down to Tottenham Police Station, demanding to know why was Mark Duggan killed? Was he even carrying a weapon, let alone shooting at police, as had initially been reported? They stayed here for hours, refusing to leave until they got answers. And as day wore into evening, the violence started. The police were heavily criticised last year for allowing the riots to get out of control and spread to other parts of the city and around the country. If the same thing happened tomorrow, would the tactics be very different?
Well, certainly we've improved our tactics over that time. First of all, we've actually trained more officers at a higher level, so we've got more available who've got more skills. Secondly, we've reappraised our tactics about going forward rather than sometimes standing in line.
So what is the likelihood of another riot? I spoke to some of the young people who were in Tottenham on the night the violence started.
Everyone's still saying it's going to kick off again, but I think they're waiting for a valid reason to kick off. But people still want a little bit of revenge in it. Up to this day, they still haven't answered the question of why did Mark Duggan get shot and all that things. That's what I saw in the news the other day. So people are still talking about it in Tottenham? People still talk about it, yeah, but it's just not above ground, it's still on the ground. There's talks amongst the younger youths, isn't it, or the younger generation.
I don't think it can happen here now. Last year it was such a surprise, no one expected it, but now I think everyone's on their toes now.
How we live in the system is messed up. It could happen again.
Nearly everybody I spoke to mentioned the seemingly indiscriminate nature of stop and search as a key factor in building resentment. Boris Johnson says things are changing.
That's something that Bernard Hogan-Howe, the Commissioner, completely gets, and that's why he's changing the approach to stop and search. So it's much more intelligence-led, community-driven. I'm very interested, actually, Glenn, in what you're saying just now.
If things are already changing, many young people don't seem to have noticed. And beneath the surface, the anger is simmering once again. Glenn Goodman, London Tonight, Tottenham.
Right, back